Welcome to the Remotely Interested podcast, the podcast where we talk remote working, work life in general, and top tips to successfully work from anywhere.
Today we're celebrating 1 year of the podcast, and I wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who supported so far through appearing, subscribing, watching, listening and liking. Today we'll look at some key themes that we've explored in the last year. We'll get up to date with what's going on in the world of remote working right now, and we'll consider what we can look forward to in the coming year. So guys, welcome to the Remotely Interested podcast.
Over the last 12 months, I've had the chance to speak with professionals from all over the world, teachers in Thailand, data analysts in Ecuador, credit controllers in London, and game designers in Sofia. One message has come through loud and clear. Remote work is no longer the exception. It's becoming the norm across sectors.
I tried it all just so I could, really the idea was just to stay online and to stay flexible, really. And that was my priority, which did mean that for a while I had to sort of lower my rates a little bit, my hourly rates, and it did mean that I had to make other sacrifices. But what was so important to me was, working from home and being flexible. So I had to make a sacrifice somewhere else.
So that's brilliant. So we've got remote work in terms of you don't have to be in the office at all times. You can also be at home, and also you can travel while you're working. So you can have more time to travel, see family, see friends, or just travel somewhere that you want to go to, really.
Working hybrid, but with basically 1 day in the office some weeks, and the option to be working from anywhere on the globe for a couple of months each year.
And so this is a big positive, I think. Also because you have the possibility of working from anywhere in the world. So this is quite nice, especially when you like to travel, see different places. Whether you work at home or in a co-working space or in a cafe, you just have more time. So I think you own a bit more of your time. Whereas when you work in an office 9 to 5 days a week, it's more of your boss who owns a bit more your time.
My desk was always notoriously empty of paperwork because I don't really use paper in my job. So it really was cut out to just use a computer from anywhere. Eventually, I wanted to try moving abroad, and so I was going to quit. But when I went to quit, they said, well, you're already working from home 2 days a week. Why don't you just continue from wherever you're going to working abroad remotely?
For me, it was wonderful because, no traffic jams for me was really tiring. It was a dream coming true for me. And I can have more time for myself, actually. I just need the internet. I can make my own schedule and I can even travel. I have even had the opportunity of living in Portugal for a while. So for me, it's really great.
The first thing for me was cutting time on the commute that could be better spent elsewhere. Accomplishing my tasks in a given day, rather than if I don't have the hours for the commute, maybe I can get more work done. But also improving my personal life, whether that be having time to do a workout, having time to spend time with family that I wouldn't have if I was commuting. And all of these things, I think, improve one's mental health, and that can have an after effect on the quality of one's work as well. We all have a professional life and a personal life, and I've experienced that I've been able to mix my work with travel back to the UK from living in Denmark, where I can spend time with my family. And that's been really nice.
But yeah, so that was quite nice. Also because I think it just gave me a lot of flexibility at the time, especially starting a new career, starting a new job. Like sometimes you want to be able to research things, you want to be able to take a breath and, try to understand what's happening. So that was really nice in these first times.
And I just left in January 2020. Peace of mind. That's something that's going to come up many times in the podcast, where remote work is about having peace of mind, having delegating to the right people. This is your category. You gotta deal with this, communicating to them, paying them what they want to be paid, obviously negotiating this and that, and making sure that they do the work.
I was a single mother. I had 2 young kids, and and I love my job. I wanted to be able to do it at the same time, being closer to the kids.
Yeah.
So working from home was ideal because then I can be there when they will come back from school. And in case we have these 5 minutes at school, I can jump in. And I can
Yeah.
also arrange for someone to look after the kids if I were to travel. So I have more time to arrange things.
I feel like remotely working is a much more efficient and balanced approach, which provides the most flexibility and the littlest cost to use. I started from nothing, and I've been able to grow thanks to freelancers. For game developing was little to none, and only done by it wasn't little to none, but only done by big corporations who had a lot of resources, like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. But now that platforms like the Unity game engine have been released, you have hobbyists, solo developers who have also been given this opportunity.
And I think as a career, I think it works amazingly well with remote and hybrid because everything these days is going cloud-based, making tax digital. So you're working on those systems regardless of where you are. And I think once you've got that experience, you really could do that high-level work from anywhere in the world without a problem.
In the past decade, more than 60 countries have introduced digital nomad visas to attract remote professionals. Estonia in 2020, Portugal in 2022, and Spain in 2023 all offer renewable one-year stays with income requirements. Taiwan in 2025 and Argentina in 2022 are the latest to join this growing movement. These policies reflect a rising global demand for flexible, location-independent lifestyles. Yet, not all trends are moving in the same direction. Some major corporations are pulling back. Tesla and Apple reinstated strict office policies in 2022, followed by Meta, Google, and Amazon. 3M is set to require 4 days a week in office by September 2025, and PricewaterhouseCoopers UK has begun tracking employee locations to enforce office attendance. In contrast, other companies remain fully committed to remote work. GitLab and Automatic have operated remotely from day one. Shopify went digital by default in 2020. Atlassian's Team Anywhere allows global flexibility. Dropbox turned offices into optional studios, and Coinbase has embraced a decentralized model. This growing divide highlights a critical question. Should work be tied to a location or designed around flexibility? While governments are opening doors to remote professionals, some employers are doubling down on traditional office culture. It's clear the future of work will be shaped by this ongoing tension. But one thing's for sure, companies that thrive remotely prove that geography isn't destiny. It's culture, trust, and systems that drive success. Here on the Remotely Interested podcast, we'll continue these important conversations. We'll keep speaking with experts who know exactly how to excel remotely, delivering results to clients around the world while building fulfilling, flexible careers. We'll also tackle challenges head-on, sharing the strategies that help remote workers stay productive, connected, and happy. In the months ahead, I'll be welcoming voices from even more industries to the show. Plus, I'll be launching new resources and services under the Mosaic Gold banner. Tools to help you make the most of remote work, no matter where you are.
So once again, a huge thank you for your support so far. And if you're even remotely interested in remote working, I'll see you next time.